When the message came in, it was 6:12 p.m. I was still at the office, finishing up some reports before heading home. My phone buzzed once. Just one short vibration. Her name flashing across the screen. Samantha. I opened it, expecting something ordinary, maybe a grocery reminder, maybe a dinner plan. Instead, I read the words that froze me in my chair. I want a divorce. All communication goes through my lawyer. No explanations. No warmth. Just a digital guillotine. For a moment, I just stared at the screen, waiting for my brain to catch up. After 8 years of marriage, that's how she ended it, with a single message that looked more like a business transaction than a goodbye. My thumb hovered over the keyboard for a few seconds. Then I typed the only word that felt right. Understood. That was it. No pleading, no questions, no drama. Just acknowledgement. I leaned back in my chair and let the silence of my office swallow me. I'd been through too many late nights and one-sided arguments to be surprised. The truth was, this had been coming for a long time. The emotional distance, the constant work trips. The way her laughter had shifted into something colder, sharper. Samantha had changed in the past year. She used to be warm, funny, unpredictable in a good way. Lately, she had become strategic. Like every move, every word was rehearsed. I told myself it was stress, that we'd get through it. I even booked us a weekend getaway last month, trying to spark something. She canceled the night before, claiming her boss needed her to travel. Funny thing, her boss was the same man she started having lunch with every Friday. I never accused her, never confronted her. Instead, I observed. Because confrontation gives people a chance to lie. Observation gives them the rope to hang their truth. So when that text came in, it didn't sting the way it should have. It just confirmed what I already knew. She was gone long before she said the word divorce. I closed my laptop, stood up, and looked out the office window. The city lights flickered like distant stars, bright, careless, and far away. I felt nothing. Not anger. Not sadness. Just an eerie calm. Because deep down, I knew something Samantha didn't. She thought she was in control of how this story ended. She had no idea I had already written the final chapter. The day after that text, I didn't go to work. I didn't even step out of the house. I just sat in the living room, staring at the empty spot on the couch where she used to curl up with her coffee. The silence was heavy, the kind that presses on your chest until breathing feels like work. My phone buzzed every now and then with messages from mutual friends. All variations of, "Are you okay? And what happened between you two?" I ignored them all. I wasn't ready to explain something I barely understood myself. Later that evening, her lawyer called. The tone was cold, detached, just business. He talked about property division, asset valuation, and alimony expectations as if he was reading a grocery list. I listened quietly, took notes, and when he finished, I said, "Thank you for informing me. Please tell her she'll get everything she deserves. Nothing less, nothing more." He paused for a moment, maybe surprised by how calm I sounded. But what he didn't know was that I had already anticipated this years ago. When we first got married, I insisted on a prenuptial agreement. It wasn't because I didn't trust her, at least not then, but because I had seen too many men lose everything when emotions turned into weapons. She laughed it off at the time, saying, "You're so dramatic, like I'd ever leave you." And now here we were. That same paper she'd signed with a careless smile would become the very thing she'd regret. By the third day, she finally called. Her voice was soft, trembling, like she hadn't expected me to be so composed. "Ethan, can we talk?" "About what?" I asked. "About us. About everything." I didn't mean for it to go this far. I leaned back in my chair, a quiet, bitter laugh slipping out. "You said you wanted a divorce. I respected that. I'm doing exactly what you asked for." She was quiet for a few seconds, then whispered, "You're not even angry?" "Anger is for people who still care," I said flatly. "You made your choice. I'm just making peace with it." What she didn't know was that her affair had already reached my ears long before that message. A colleague had seen her with someone, a younger guy, probably in his late 20s, the same man she'd been texting under the name Taylor from work. I had stayed silent, waiting, hoping she'd come clean. But she never did. A week later, She came by the house to collect a few of her things. I watched her walk through the front door like a stranger entering someone else's home. Hesitant, nervous, not sure if she was welcome. She looked smaller somehow, fragile even, her confidence stripped away. For a moment, I almost felt sorry for her. Almost. She stood by the doorway, fidgeting with her keys. Ethan, I know you probably hate me. I made a mistake. I gave a quiet laugh. A mistake is forgetting an anniversary, not sleeping with someone else while pretending everything's fine. Her eyes filled with tears, but I didn't move closer. I wasn't that man anymore. The one who used to rush to comfort her every time she cried. That version of me had died the moment she pressed send on that text. I just thought, she began, her voice cracking. I thought you'd fight for me. That you'd at least ask why. I don't need to, I said calmly. I already know the why. You wanted something new, something exciting, until it got real. Now you realize what you threw away. She stepped forward. Can we at least talk about the prenup? It's unfair. I tilted my head. Unfair? You called it unnecessary when you signed it. Now it's unfair because it doesn't benefit you. Her lips trembled. I didn't know. You didn't care, I interrupted. And that's the problem. She looked around the room. At the furniture we picked together, the photo frames on the wall, the life she'd built on promises she didn't keep. So that's it, she whispered. That's it, I said. You get your car, the savings from your account, and whatever you brought into this marriage. The rest stays here. She blinked, stunned. That's all. That's all. I repeated. You wanted freedom. I'm giving it to you. Just don't expect it to come with the comforts you betrayed. There was nothing more to say. She packed in silence, tears slipping down her face. The sound of zippers and drawers filling the room where laughter used to live. When she finally walked out, I didn't stop her. I didn't even watch her leave. I just sat there, the quiet humming around me like peace after a storm. That night, as I poured myself a drink, my phone buzzed again. Another message from her. I'm sorry. I didn't know you'd actually let me go. I stared at it for a long moment, then typed one word back. Understood.